It's the Lost Caverns of Ixalan reveal day, and my god, is there some insane reprints that we're going to be getting in Lost Caverns of Ixalan, along with a ton of Jurassic Park cards that we're going to go over today. I'm going to show you guys the cards that really stuck out the most to me. If you guys want to see all the spoilers, I will leave a link to a good website that you guys can take a look at down below. With that being said, guys, let's take a look at these crazy spoilers from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Okay, first is going to be a Jurassic Park card here. This is Indoraptor, the Perfect Hybrid. Now, it's a dinosaur mutant. It's a 3/1 for 3, so it's 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 green, and 1 red. It's a legendary creature. It's got Bloodthirst, so Bloodthirst is an older mechanic. Basically, it can enter the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the damage dealt to your opponents this turn. It's got Menace as well, so it needs 2 creatures to block it. It's got an ability with Enrage. Whenever Indoraptor, the Perfect Hybrid, is dealt damage, choose an opponent at random. Indoraptor deals damage equal to its power to that player unless they sacrifice a non-creature token. Next up here is Dino DNA. Now, obviously, that is a pretty iconic line in the original Jurassic Park film.
Dino DNA.
That is a very iconic image as well, with the mosquito trapped in the amber. It looks really cool. It's an artifact with imprint. So for 1, you can tap it, exile target creature card from a graveyard, activate only as a sorcery, and then for 6, you can create a token that's a copy of target creature card, exile with Dino DNA, except it's a 6/6 green dinosaur creature with trample, and activate this as a sorcery. Next up is Ravenous Tyrannosaurus. Now, this is another Jurassic Park card. Very iconic scene with the banner falling, and it does that massive roar. Obviously, one of the most iconic scenes in any of the Jurassic Park films. It is a 6 mana creature for 6/6, 4 colorless, 1 green, 1 red. It's got Devour 3. As it enters the battlefield, and wonder why it has Devour 3, eating those Velociraptors in that scene. As this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 times that many +1/+1 counters on it for each of those creatures. Whenever Ravenous Tyrannosaurus attacks it or deals damage equal to its power, up to 1 other target creature, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. Next up here is Ellie and Alan, Paleontologist, another Jurassic Park card. It's 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue. It's a 2/5 legendary creature, human scientist. You can tap it to exile a creature card from your graveyard. Discover X, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. Next up here is Command Tower with the very iconic Jurassic Park artwork there. Obviously, you guys know what Command Tower does. No need to go over that. And then we have Life Finds a Way.
Life, finds a way.
It is etched in my head. So it's an enchantment for 2 colorless, 1 green. Whenever a non-token creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, populate. That is going to be very good in Commander. We have Amulet of Vigor. This is kind of a surprise to me because, well, not only is it a very expensive card to be throwing into a set like this, it makes you kind of wonder what's the point of master sets if you're going to get high power reprints like this, but obviously a very modern playable card that we're going to be seeing reprinted. We have Arcane Signet as well. Beautiful artwork here. Don't really need to go over what this does. It's just a reprint. Next up here is Calamax the Stormsire, and this is a really cool legendary creature elemental dinosaur. It's 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue, and 1 red. It's a 4/4. Whenever you cast your first instant spell each turn, if Calamax the Stormsire is tapped, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. Whenever you copy an instant spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Calamax. Next up here is Bridge from Below. Obviously, this is another card that is a reprint, so interesting to see this one being reprinted in the set. Pretty cool borderless artwork here. Next up is Malcolm Keen-Eyed Navigator. So this is another cool reprint that we're getting with a borderless treatment. And then we have Treasure Map, another card. I think this was originally printed in the original Ixalan, so we are getting it back in Lost Caverns. And then we have Chalice of the Void, another expensive reprint that I was shocked to see. When I saw this on the spoilers, I was like, okay, so not only are we getting Mana Crypt, we're getting Chalice of the Void, and we're getting Cavernous Souls, and we're getting Cavernous Souls in the standard set. This is going to be freaking insane here. And as you can see, this is going to be in the main set, LCC here. So this is going to be Mythic in the main set. This is not a special guest. So it's going to be easier to pull this card, I imagine. So crazy to see that. We have Expedition Map, another great card, obviously used in Tron in the modern format. This is a nice borderless treatment of that card. We have Star Compass here, another card that is going to be reprinted, and this is the nice borderless treatment for this set. And then we get Thrasios, Triton Hero, another reprint here, another special guest card that I think has fantastic artwork. I think this will look really nice in foil, actually. We have Underworld Breach, another card that was really expensive. I think this was the most expensive card in Theros Beyond Death, and it was rare. I thought maybe if they did reprint it, just to try to maintain some of that price point and not make the set completely, greater in price, they would probably leave it as a mythic, but nope, it's going to be a rare, and this is a special guest slot though, so it's going to be a little harder to pull, I imagine. We have Jasas Sun's Avatar here, so it is getting the reprint, which is kind of wild because this card has been going up, but I did warn people when it comes to these cards, we haven't seen the entire set spoiled. Usually there is some dinosaurs that will go up in price if you're speccing on a particular tribe, but when it comes to this card, it's being reprinted, and it has some nice artwork here. It looks like it was... kind of looks like a watercolor there. Interesting. Okay, that'll kind of look odd foil. Pantlaza, Sun Favored here, another dinosaur. This is a new card. It is a 4/4, 4/5, 2 colorless, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. It's a legendary creature dinosaur. Whenever Pantlaza, Sun Favored, or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. Next up here is Hackball of the Surging Soul. Now, this one is a merfolk. It's 2 colors, 1 green, 1 blue for 3/3, legendary creature. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each merfolk creature you control explores. Cosmium Confluence here. It is a 4 colorless, 1 green sorcery mythic. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Search your library for a cave card, put it onto battlefield tap, then shuffle. Put 3 +1/+ encounters on a cave you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still land, or destroy target enchantment. Next here is Souls of the Lost. It's a rare for 1 star, 1 star +1. It's a 1 colorless, 1 black creature's spirit. As initial cost to cast this spell, discard a card or sacrifice a permanent, and it has Fathomless Descent. Souls of the Lost power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. And the last card I wanted to show you guys here is Growing Rights of Itlamok, because this was a pretty expensive card at one point in the original Ixalan set, and we're getting it reprinted in this set here. And as you can see, there's the flipped version of the card. It turns to legendary land as well. Wow, unbelievable reveal today. I have to say, it's going to be a good set from what I'm seeing right now. This is not everything, but it's a pretty large chunk that we got to get a look at today. And I have to say, some of the spoilers got me scratching my head thinking, what's the point of these master sets? You're getting some really, really high-powered reprints being shoved into this set, not just in the special guest, but also as cards in the standard set. So standard is going to be super overpowered soon. It is going to be unreal, and maybe it's going to be a lot more fun to play standard than it is right now. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me know in the comment section down below. And with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one. Use promo code Mattcaster for 5% off your order at Face to Face Games, Canada's largest Magic the Gathering store. Qualified orders get free shipping Canada-wide if you use our promo code Mattcaster at checkout. Whether you're buying singles or sealed product, use our code to support the show and get a discount.